Welcome back, you beautiful people, and welcome to my back garden again, where I'm going to show you how to build one of these workstations right behind me, and it's only going to cost you £30. Whoa, so cheap. Let's go. Okay, before we get started, you're going to need some essential tools and some materials to make this stand. Right, you're going to need one of these to cut all that wood into the correct shapes and sizes. But if you're under the age using one of these, you're gonna have to use one of these. Yes, you can use one of these, and you're gonna need a little straight angle just to get some straight lines, so you can use this to get your straight line and your 45-degree angle, which we're gonna be using later on. Yeah, you're gonna need to draw some straight lines. So get yourself one of these right angles. I know you can do use your saw. Get one of these to make a straight line, and a marker pencil to mark all those lines. You're going to need one of these to measure all that wood to the correct size, so you don't have some odd sizes. You're going to get yourself a level, because you want to make some of these things a little bit level in this build. Oh, you're going to need a few screws. I've got some long screws here, some big ones, some long ones. These ones are... Anyway, you're going to need some screws. You're going to get one of these drills so you can screw in all those screws to make this structure structurally sound. Now let's move on to the materials. And you're going to need two of these 38 by 63 millimeter timbers. Yeah. You're going to get yourself some 18mm ply, and I'll tell you for why next in the build. Let's get cracking. Right. Okay, before we get started on making our work stand, I'm going to use my wash station as reference on height, on how big I want to make my work stand. This is 1.40 m high from ground up, and this is perfect height for me to work or to wash my bike. I want to cut this timber a little bit longer than that there, so I'm going to cut this at 2 meters, which gives me a little bit more leeway. If I think it's a little bit too high, I'm going to cut the top off it. So now the next step is, how are you going to make this thing stand up? You want to use the weight of the bike to hold the stand up. Okay, so what I mean by that is, get your timber, put it on the flat floor like this. Get the right angle you want, which I'm guessing it's going to be like that. It's all guess game at this, so you don't want it too far over, but you don't want it too straight upright. You want to use that weight of that bike. I'm thinking about there, and now I'm going to measure this gap at the bottom, and I'm going to stick it to the front of the timber, and then cut that line from flush back. Make sense? I'll show you. Right, look at that. This is the angle I was telling you about. Look, so I've cut 20mm off there, and that's going to give me that angle that I want for the stand to stand like this. Perfect. To be honest, you don't want to have small legs on this. You want to be quite stable. You don't want this stand to be really wobbly. So I'm going to cut some quite long legs on this thing, and I'm going to cut them about 1 meter long. 2 lengths of 1 meter long, the same timber. The next step is to put your stand, your upright like that, the way you want it. Your legs are going to be basically like this. This is what it's going to look like, but you don't want to put it down on the floor like this. You want to have them situated quite high up, so it gives it a little bit more support. And you want to do is, you want to cut a 45-degree angle from corner to corner, just like that. Measure that out. Draw a line on that, and then cut that. Measurements time. You want to get this ruler, get your measurement, and you want to measure basically 10 centimeters or 100 millimeters down the length of the leg, and 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters up. Now that's going to give you enough flat surface area for that leg to rest on that floor, a little bit more stable. Okay, this next bit here is you want to brace the two legs together so they don't like spread apart. And what you want to do is measure from here to there. The perfect measurement that I've used is 60 centimeters. So I'm going to cut a piece of timber that's 60 centimeters. It's going to go from there to there and cut the correct angle for it. And then that's the last cut for the actual upright stand bit. Right, let's cut that bit. Now you want to do a 45-degree angle on each side so you can fit in there nice, snug and perfect. Okay, so you've cut your angles, 45-degree angle there and there. Now it's time to screw the whole thing together. So you want to get that 60 centimeter piece. You want to get a little bit of an offcut like that. Stick it in there so you can get the correct 45-degree angle like that. And then you want to slide this bit in and then screw it in either side, 2 big screws through that into this, and then you set. Then you're going to bolt that thing, well, screw that thing to that upright. Okay, so what I do recommend is you pilot drill holes before you start putting in the screws, because you don't want this wood to split when you stick it in these big screws. So put 2 pilot holes into the wood, make sure it's level, and then stick in your big screws. That bit is done. Now let's move on to this next step. You grab your upright, you've got level floor, you want to bring this up. Look at that. This is starting to look so good. Right, we've got one little bit of offcut, which don't throw away because you want to use this, and I'll tell you for why. So what you want to do is you want to get this piece of wood and you want to use it as a brace, and you want to brace that to this section here. So 45, cut it and put it in there just like that, so that will be braced right across there. Now, how are you going to mount your bike on here? How are you going to let it stand? Well, now that's where that 18mm bit of ply is going to come into action. You got your 18mm bit of ply. You want to measure 20 centimeters or 200 millimeters right there, like that, either side. You want to cut 2 of these. Now is to put these on there, but how far do you want to stick them out? 30 centimeters is pretty good, so 30 centimeters from the top, from here. So 30 centimeters from there out. Now, I'm going to make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing because I don't want to have a big, look at that, I don't want to have big right angles everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 12 centimeters down this edge here, and then from there to there, it's going to be 37 centimeters. Right, let's screw them on. Right, let's test it. Moment of truth, hopefully it doesn't fall over. Right, now we're going to brace the inside of that so it doesn't flex open, put on a few other touches, and then we're nearly finished, and then we're finished, really. Okay, this is the final bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this little knobby thing off so it's flush with the top of this, and then we're going to stop this from flexing, because look at that, we don't want that to flex. So I'm going to stick a piece of wood in here, measure that up, cut that, put that in there, so your saddle, your seat post is going to stop somewhere. So there, and then when this is cut off, I'm going to cut like a wing-shaped thing that will go down and then flare out into a shelf for the back. For this bit, 10 centimeters in or 12 centimeters in is perfect length for this depth of groove for you to put your saddle. Okay, let's make this shaft on the top. We've got some leftover 18mm ply. So, we know that this is 50.5 centimeters. So, let's cut out 50.5 centimeters out of this, and then we'll come back. Take a look at this. Look, we've got the wing, the stealth bomber, and then we've got this bit. This is where your bike goes in. All this is screwed on. This you can like basically drill holes in it. You can put your Allen keys in there. You can use it as a shelf. I got a few little bits of offcuts, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a little back on it so nothing falls off the back or off the sides or rolls off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my leftover bits and just put them in there, screw them in, screw it back on, screw that, now give it a little wall around it. Perfect. You can even screw a dish onto there. Possibilities are endless. I'm going to tar it up, I'm going to give it a quick sand, and I'm going to give it a paint job, and then done. Sweet. So there you go, there's my DIY work stand. Super easy to make and super cheap as well. That cost me under £30. You can make it to whatever desired design, whatever you want to make it. It's super easy to make and it doesn't take long to do. Hopefully this has got your juices flowing to get out there and do some DIY work yourself to make one of these things. If you want to see more stuff like this, don't forget to hit the globe to subscribe because you're missing out on some great content. If you want to see another DIY project where I make a mini kicker, click over here. And if you want to see how to make a manual machine, click over there. Or carry on watching and you can see me make one of these DIY wash stations as well. Give us a thumbs up, like if you love this sort of thing, and I will see you at the next one. See ya!